I wasn't feeling well. I was on medication, and I said, something has got to change, something. So then I started just flipping through website, asking about what kind of treatments are out now for people with severe depression. And it popped up, thank God. I tried so many treatments, and not just pills, but I'm like, now I'm going to be spiritual, and, now I'm going to go to this church, and, I tried everything, you name it. I was soaking my feet in herbs, just trying to feel better. And I was like a guinea pig, because it's one antidepressant after the other, trying to get to see what works for you. And for me, nothing worked. So then you start to resign to the fact that this is how you're going to have to live for the rest of your life, so how do I figure out how to function in this, and that's where I was at, like, how do I function in this mess? The process was amazing. It was super amazing. So I made the phone call, and initially, I think I put in something in the website, but anyway, I got a call almost immediately, and then I was told that they take my insurance, which was a blessing. But my process is a little bit longer, and not too much, because they had to check with my insurance. So once they checked with my insurance and gathered all the information, I'd say about 2 weeks maybe. So when I first started Spravato, it was amazing. The very first treatment, all of the sadness, it was like a weight had been lifted off my chest. I felt like my chest was so heavy for so long. And then after that first treatment, I felt like my chest had opened up and I was able to breathe. That was just the first treatment, And then with each additional treatment, I just felt more and more light. And the sadness was being lifted. No more suicidal ideations. There was a little person inside my head always telling me that I'm not good enough and all these negative things. I could turn anything negative in my mind. That was gone. You know what I mean? And for me, that was so amazing. And then I struggled for a little bit when I was doing my treatments, because I didn't really realize that the treatments were going to bring up. I hadn't cried for 30 years, and now I'm crying at watching movies. But I was feeling things again, so now I had to get used to feeling things again. But I would say it's well worth it. After I completed my 8 weeks, I was a couple of sessions in, and I decided that it's important for somebody to help me to figure out how to deal with these feelings, because that's how I got here. And so I started probably 6 to 8 weeks in, I started doing talk therapy. In fact, with one of the therapists from Revitalizing Infusions, yes. I also felt like for me is that I didn't have any stress management techniques my entire life. So your stress management technique for me was to just push everything down inside. And then after a while, we know if you keep pushing things down, eventually you erupt. So I had become like this angry person all the time. You know what I mean? I didn't know what it felt like to just be normal. And even though I knew that I was responding irrationally, I couldn't control it. But since I started my treatments, I don't do that anymore. Right? And I didn't realize wow, the person who I am now, even other people say, wow, you're so different. I started Spravato, I want to say about 6 months ago. Yeah, 6 or 7 months ago. Yeah.
You say your life's probably dramatically different now?
Probably, not probably, absolutely. Yeah. Even I have an 11-year-old. He didn't know I could talk without yelling, literally. He was like, oh, why are you not yelling anymore? I was like, wow. The people are amazing. The process is amazing. They were super supportive. I was very nervous, but they're very supportive. They keep me in the loop on everything. So if I'm going to go somewhere, I can't even imagine moving and not being able to come here. That's how great this place is. I would say try it. You try it, because it's well worth it. And when the times get rough, you got to stick with it, because at the end of the day, many of us have been depressed for years. So it's going to take some years for us to get better. But is it worth it? Is it worth your life? Absolutely.